Breeze Airways starts seasonal service from Rhode Island to Cancun for 8 weeks next year, February to April. So use it or lose it. Go get some sun. After that, maybe Breeze CEO David Neeleman tells me Europe could be next.
Dave, welcome in. All right, give us the news. International service, at least down to Cancun, Mexico, out of Providence. Tell me about it. What does seasonal service mean?
It means that when people want to go to Cancun, we're going to fly you there. When you want to stay home and go out to to enjoy all the wonderful things out to the Cape, we're going to not fly you there. So we're going to start in February. We're going to run it through March and April, and then when things turn really nice, we're going to find some other cool places internationally to fly out of Providence that maybe you might want to go. We tend to fly more east-west in the summertime. Could take you to the West Coast.
Yep.
And maybe we'll look at some point in time to the Azores or to Ireland or Scotland or something like that in the summertime. But winter, it's south. We're going south, and we're going to make sure you have an all-inclusive resort that you can stay at with a cold drink in your hand.
Well, I was really hoping when I saw the international service that it was going to be Europe, at least to Dublin or something like that, because that's what we're hungry for here. One flight, at least to get us over to a gateway that we can connect. Is that going to come at some point? Are you thinking about that?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's something that is certainly on our radar. You know, it's called ETOPS, it's extended range with twin engine operations that you have to get the certification. So we decided to get flag out of the way, because since we're the first airline in the last 10 years to get a flag, and then we would go to work on ETOPS so we could fly to places like Dublin. And there's a lot of Portuguese living in your areas. Go to the Azores. I love the Azores.
Right. Everybody says, I want a flight, I want this, I want that, but it's contingent on people filling your planes. Right now, I've flown you several times, twice to Los Angeles, once to San Diego. I really like having a cross-country, coast-to-coast flight. Sometimes it's not as full as I'd like to see it, and sometimes it's seasonal only. And I did go nonstop direct to L.A., but then it reverted back to breeze through service. So what's the pitch? You got to get people to fly it to keep it. Is that it?
Yeah, I mean, we have 21 different destinations from Providence, and if it's full, we add more. If it's struggling a little bit, then we pull back on the season, or maybe add a breeze through or a stop. So it's all about recognition, awareness, and getting people to fly, and getting people to come back and fly us again after they've flown us for the first time. So, you know, it's hey, we're gonna fly where we can make money. Where we have to do that. We're like no other business. Right. We don't want to end up like Spirit Airlines or something like that.
Yeah. Well, what is Providence telling you? What is the airport administrator telling you? Listen, you got to give me a flight to here. You got to. It's going to be a selling point for me. What's the governor telling you that they want?
You know, I think more places, more flights, obviously, and they've been spectacular. They've been great partners of ours to be able to really promote Rhode Island, you know, to the world, to make sure that you don't have to go to Boston. And it's really not, we focus on the outbound a lot, but there's so many people that have moved from this area and have grandkids they need to come back for. So, and a lot of inbound tourists in the summertime love to go and go out to the Cape from there and have lobster rolls and have that whole New England experience.
All right. You've got a base in Providence as opposed to a hub. Explain the two. What does that mean?
A hub is primarily where you bring all the planes in, you swap airplanes, and people on airplanes, and then you go. We have a base where we have 6 airplanes based there. We have our crews there, our technicians, our flight attendants, and then every morning we send everybody out, and then those planes will maybe go across country or down to Florida, go to the Carolinas, go somewhere else, and then they all come back at night and sleep at night. So it's where we base our operations, and there couldn't be a better place for us.
Right. So I've flown you 3 times to the coast, through California, San Diego, several times to Florida. I like the airline. I have no complaints. One exception, I wish you had a customer telephone number that I could call up if I have a question. I wish I could talk to somebody. That's the only complaint. Apart from that, I haven't been delayed, although I have read several complaints about delays and cancellations. That hasn't happened to me. But I would like to talk to you, a human being. Go ahead.
Let me clarify the cancellation. Since March 30th, we've flown over 40,000 flights with one single cancellation. So I don't think you're hearing too many things about cancellation anymore, because unless it's a hurricane or some 6-foot snowstorm, we get people there. We may not get them there all the time on time, although we're getting at the top of the list of being on time. As far as speaking to someone, I've instructed all of our people, look, people aren't just calling people anymore. They don't want to sit on hold. They'd rather just send a quick text to your spouse or daughter or whatever and get a quick response. So we give quick responses. If someone gets frustrated, I say, please ask for your cell number and tell them we'll call them. So we do have those exceptions for those people who really want to talk to us.
All right. Okay. I get it. It could be generational. It could be just some people just like to talk to somebody at 800 number. You don't provide that. Why? It's not cost effective. What is it? Let me give me the honest answer. Why?
Yeah, because I've got someone in their home can talk to 6 people at one time, as opposed to having someone just sit on hold for 45 minutes waiting for one person to talk to. So it's just way more efficient.
All right. Have you heard complaints about it?
And it's lower cost. Yeah, some lower cost that we can offer lower fares. That's really what we want to do.
Okay. Apart from that, I forgot my iPad on your plane. They got it back to me. So I did say on the radio, fly honest, fly breeze. So that was, I'm glad that happened. I've used your nicest service, coast to coast. That's the big seat. It was comfortable. It was fine. I had a good experience, so I have no complaints other than I'd like a 1-800 number. But I guess if it's not going to be there, it's not going to be there. That won't stop me from flying you again. You're working on Europe. Right now we're going to Cancun. And what are the other destinations that you added out of the other airports?
Out of the other airports, we added Montego Bay, Jamaica, and we added Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. So those are certainly routes that we could be flying out of Providence next winter season.
Yeah. Do you see any opportunities with other airlines hitting some bumps in the road, like Spirit and some of the other characters that are in the headlines for the wrong reasons? Do you see capitalizing on some of the holes they might leave behind?
Yeah, potentially. Spirit usually, because their planes are so big, they usually fly where everybody else flies in big major markets like Boston and Atlanta. So we don't really do what they do. But there are some secondary benefits from us if, Safe Frontier goes and covers some of their routes. So yeah, I think it could be secondary, but we're not really counting on that. That's not something that we just focus on what we're doing, care of our guests.
In Providence, Southwest used to be the king, and I don't know. I think you've surpassed them here. Did you ever think you'd see that? Southwest was like the behemoth, but I think in Providence, you're at least holding your own with them, neck and neck.
Well, we certainly have a lot more destinations than they do. I'm not sure about the number of enplanements, but with the 21 different places we fly, they don't come close to that. But yeah, it's we offer a really good service. We have assigned seating. They're moving to that. We have first class. They don't have first class. People just like flying us more, and I think a lot of it is stopping the flow of people up to Logan, because there's so many people live in the area that haven't been used to flying out of Providence to certain places like Transcon, like your experience. So just getting the word out that you don't have to go to Logan and go through the tunnel and do all that. You can just go to our great little airport at T.F. Green. All
right. Well, come back when you get us to Europe, and that'll be the next headline. Thanks, Dave Neeleman.
Awesome. Thank you.